And we're going to double record. Welcome to Trading the Dark Pool. Today, I am going to be giving you a lot of tips and a lot of strategies. Obviously, I can't teach you everything, right? But I'm going to teach you a lot of good stuff to trading the dark pool. But before we start, I have to tell you some bad stuff, all right? The market is rigged and it's manipulated. Yes, it is. Here is my risk disclaimer. I like to keep a clock on the screen so that if any time you say, well, I'd like to go back to that, all you have to do is jot down the time. All right, so here it is. Make sure you read the risk disclaimer. The market is highly manipulated. And the good news is that today I'm going to teach you how to profit off of it. Yeah, of course. You know, we have two journeys in life, really. We can try to go to the SEC and report all the rigged and manipulative stuff that they're doing out there. And I know there's a lot of people trying to do that right now. You know, or we can figure what they're doing out and we can profit off of it. And that's been my mission for many, many years. Really, ever since I learned that the market is rigged and manipulated by the dark pool, which takes me back here to Schoenfeld Securities. This is where I started. This was the day that changed my life. It was the summer of 1994. Some of you maybe weren't born yet, but in June 1994, I started out as an assistant to one of the best traders at Schoenfeld Securities. I sat in the $1 million room. And they sat me in front of a computer called an incident machine. It was my job to do all of the trades of the table. And the incident machine was a computer that housed all of the dark pool liquidity. I was able to see where the big guys were loaded to buy, where they were loaded to sell. This is why my room made millions of dollars. They were following Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, Barclays. They were following the biggest sharks of the market. It was the best job I ever had. Honestly, I was like, this is so much fun. This is what you guys do all day. And they were really humble. I love that. They were very disciplined and they were very humble. You didn't know how much money they were making every day. And that's really how I learned how to trade. From these guys, watching them trade all day. And really, it doesn't get any better than that. Eventually, I got my own trading account. I did really, really well. I'm not going to go into my whole bio, but I've been trading for a really long time. A couple of years ago, I was asked by a very large marketing company to write a book. And I did it, called Dark Pool Secrets. Anybody here get a chance to read my book? You can go to darkpoolsecrets.com. It's free, pay for shipping. And I actually wrote the whole book. I wrote a chapter every weekend. You know, a lot of people hire ghost writers, but there are no ghost writers for the dark pool. So I wrote the whole thing and I shared my trades and I shared my experience in the market. I shared some tips, some strategies. One chapter almost didn't make it into the book, by the way. You want to take a guess which one that was? I actually had to fight to keep the chapter in. Chapter 10. Yep, the last one. The darkest pools, what nobody else will tell you. Insider trading, trades before a massive terrorist attack. So my publishers, they called me up. Steph, do we have to keep this in the book? What do you think I said? Yes. I said, the book doesn't go out unless we keep this chapter in the book. People need to know that there were massive trades before a big terror attack. And I have the proof of it. Now, I didn't try to go after who did them, but people need to know that before any major event, there are people that know this information is going to happen. These events are going to happen and they profit off of it. Every single one, including the COVID crash. We saw the dark pool selling in November before. Yeah, November, December, January, February. It was heavy and it was everywhere on every single sector. I have pictures of all the trades. Yeah, somebody knew way back in November. Sometimes, especially before the Brussels, the one I share with you in the book was the major prints on TVIX, which was like the VIX. And, I sat there that day going, what the heck is going on? I put it on Twitter. I've never, and I even wrote on Twitter, I've never seen this before. And the next day was the biggest terrorist attack in Brussels. And I was speechless because when we see prints on the VIX or anything related to the VIX instruments, we're probably about to have a correction. And we're seeing other prints, late dark pool sell prints on the SPY, the Russell, the Qs, and we get protective positions. But this was very different. We didn't see any of the other. It was just fear. Prints on fear. Trades on fear. I even saw prints, it's not in my book, on Caesar's Palace before the Vegas shootout. I thought they were buying. I did actually went long Caesars on Friday, and then it happened over the weekend. And I come in on Monday and I said, oh my goodness. Those were the prints. Like somebody knew, and always. They bounced back, but I didn't care. I was more, holy cow, like what the, yeah. So we see a lot of stuff. Some stuff we can't talk about, but a lot of stuff, we do share. So my traders did not want me to write this book. Don't do it. Why do you have to write a book? Why do you have to share the secrets? We're doing so well. If you write a book, they're going to change everything. And I'll be honest with you, I really didn't think that many people were going to read this book. I didn't even think it was going to make it on TV. My marketing team said, we've never worked with a woman, but like you have an amazing track record. And we want to give it a go. A lot of people bought this book and they started to change things. I'll show you that in a little bit, what they changed. But thank goodness I didn't share everything because there's a lot of stuff in there that, oh my gosh, am I so glad I didn't put that in there, because we make money off the manipulation. Look, there's a lot of people that lose money off the manipulation because they don't know, but then it's my job to teach as many people as I can to profit off of it. So over the years, some people thought I was psychic. They thought I had this crystal ball. It's the dark pool, you guys. Yeah, that's really what it is. I have a 90% documented success rate on the Whisper of the Day recommendations that I put out on our dark pool app in the morning. These are day trades. I've been doing this video since 2014. You can go on my YouTube page and really literally watch all of the videos, and you'll learn a lot if you have time. I've called the last 19 corrections before they've happened. By following the dark pool, I've spotted insider trading. All right. Trades on fear before a major terrorist attack. So the biggest question that people ask me is, okay, Steph, you're seeing this one trade, this one large block. Okay, are they buying or are they selling? That's a very popular question. And the next question is, well, but who's on the other side? Well, let me show you how it works. So you have three big players: Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, and Barclays. These are the three largest dark pools out there right now. So they're on one side. So maybe Goldman Sachs is doing a trade on, whatever, AMD. JP Morgan's doing a big trade on, let's see, NVIDIA, right? Barclays is doing big trade on, oil. Well, they need somebody on the other side of their trade, right? And it's not another big whale or a big shark. It's little people, little retail traders like me and you and your neighbors and your friends. They don't have to report their trade. They're big, and we're talking millions of dollars on one side. They don't have to report that they're finished doing their trade until they're done. So if they have 1 million shares to buy or sell, or 5 million or 10 million, we don't see any of that until their trade is completed. Right? If you guys saw that Goldman Sachs wanted to sell $2 billion worth of the S&P 500, would you buy it right now? Seeing that they want to sell $2 billion? Of course not. You'd be like, and that's what I used to see when I sat in front of the internet machine. Yeah, at my job, guys at my table would say to me, Steph, could buy Microsoft. And I would be like, oh no, I'm not buying Microsoft. Goldman Sachs is selling. I would literally see his order there to sell. And then they'd say, well, okay, sell Intel. And I would say, no, you don't want to sell Intel. There's a huge buyer. I was able to see inside the dark pool. Now, this incident machine was really only available to large prop firms, and only the really heavy, big trading rooms got one because it was expensive. Now, I didn't know. I'm 24 years old, right? 24 years old. That's when I started. And I didn't know anything about the market. All I knew is you're going to sit in front of this green glowing machine and you are going to tell us, we'll do our orders on there, and tell us if you see any big whales, you see any big bids, big offers. Anybody could have done that job, really. Anybody could have done that. It was really easy to see where they were buying, where they were selling. It's just looking at the numbers, right? This is what I thought everybody had when they were trading. I didn't know any differently. I just came right into it. And, when I went out there, years later, when I was on social media, getting online, I took some time off. I had a couple of kids. And then I decided I'm going to get back into the market. And, things were booming on social media, Twitter, StockTwits. And I went on there to share my trades, talk about the dark pool. And everybody was like, what is that? We have no idea what you're talking about. What's the dark pool? And that's when I realized millions of people are trading and they have no idea how the market works. And that's when I said, oh my gosh, I have to help these people. I would see them going, they were bullish on something and I would literally see the dark pool selling, or they were bearish on something and I saw the dark pool buying. And I'm like, I have to help everybody. And that's when I started to teach. So what are the dark pool prints? What is a print? Right? You probably hear me say that word a lot and go, I have no idea what she's talking about. A print is a trade that's already been executed. There's small prints, right? Small trades. It's a fancy word, really, for trade. Every buy and sell is printed in your time and sales window. So that's why they call it a print, because it's printed in the window. It's already been executed. There's a lot of prints that happen all day. There's a lot, but we don't pay attention. We shouldn't pay attention to all of them. There are just certain ones that are very, very important that are going to move the market. So, and those are the large ones, but not just, there's a lot of large ones. I don't post about all the large ones, just the ones that I know from experience, because I've been watching this for so long. Wow, we never see that. Or every time I see a print on this stock of that size, we have a really big move. So that's just where the experience comes in. But there are 4 different kinds of dark pool prints. And when I talk about the dark pool, we all have access to it. Yeah, we all have access to it. It's just an alternative exchange where the big guys do their orders, and they do their orders there because, again, they don't have to report their big trade until it's completed. And then they have 3 hours to report that trade. Yeah, officially have 3 hours. So they could finish the trade in the morning, and then 3 hours later, oh, by the way, here's our trade. And they print it for us to see. They make it public. It gives them a huge advantage, which is why they do their trade in the dark pool. Now, there's a lot of other people doing their trades in the dark pool, by the way. We can. Many times when I was a stock trader, I would sell my stock and I would literally see it get printed in my time and sales window, and it would say the dark pool exchange. FADF is one, ATTN, ADFN, right there. And I'd be like, oh, so cool. My trade got, executed in the dark pool. It wasn't big. It's 500 shares. It's like in the dark pool. Now there are algos. Okay. There are algos that literally buy and sell back and forth a penny, a penny, a penny, a penny. They buy, sell all day long. And they're doing their trades in the dark pool. Doesn't matter. We're seeing them. They're done. It's just a lot of times it gets executed in the dark pool. But I don't care about those trades, okay? I care about the trades that Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, and Barclays is doing, okay? Those are the trades that are going to move the market. They're putting down a lot of money on one position, and I'm following the stock. Personally, I trade options. When I know a big move is going to happen, okay, when I know a big move is going to happen on the stock, guess what? I can go into the options and catch them off guard and buy them dirt cheap. They don't know a move is happening. That's our secret. We do this every single day. That's why I don't follow unusual options activity. It's too late. That's when I'm selling. When the rest of the world and, on TV, they're saying, buy this. That's when I'm selling. We're in way before, and we buy them cheap. So there's a couple of, it's very clever, James. Okay. And it makes a lot of sense. It's really, really good strategy, but you have to know how to trade first. So I traded stocks for many years, by the way. Many. I only started options about 8 years ago. So I traded stocks for 20 years. I follow the stock. I enter my option trade based on the stock price. I exit my option trade based on the stock price, as if I was trading the stock, but I'm using options as a vehicle. All right, that's our secret. The ROI, return on investment, is phenomenal. But I have to share some tips with you, okay? I'm going to share a couple of tips with you on the different kinds of dark pool prints and how we trade them. So let's go to the first one, the real-time prints. So when I say real-time, I'm talking about they're just announcing that their trade has been executed. It's showing up. They're done. It could have taken them 3 weeks to do this trade, but they're showing that it's done now, and the price of the actual print of the trade is very close to where it's trading. So I call it real time because that's where the price is, and it's a real-time print. So you see me sending out notifications on the Dark Pool app and in all of our live trading rooms. The alerts. And sometimes I say they're unusual. Sometimes I say big print, a large print, very big, massive, right? And many people say, well, what does that really mean? So when I say unusual, and I might say very large unusual, but what that means is we rarely see a print on this stock or ETF. So pay attention, okay? Something unusual is going on. And I love those prints. Those are really fun to trade. Then we have large. Okay, large is, we've seen prints like this before. It's still worthy. And if we have a couple of large prints, right, then something's happening, but it's worthy of me posting, but not like, wow, we're going to have this massive move on it. All right. Then you'll see me post extremely large. Yeah, definitely pay attention to those. Yeah, it's one step lower than massive. Okay. Massive is you must pay attention to this. A very big move is coming for the stock, for the market, ETF. Yeah, those are the ones that I love trading. Either that or, extremely large. The one thing I can't give my traders is experience. I can share my experience, which is what I do all the time. I've told my traders, hey, last time we got this size print like on Ford, I love trading that. When we get really massive prints on that, it happens maybe once or twice a year. Yeah, not too often. And when it does, it makes our year. Yeah, it's phenomenal. The options are cheap. They never see a big move coming, and we rock it up and down. Experience is the one thing that, experience is the one thing that I can't give you. So please don't be in so much of a hurry to learn. I know a lot of people get impatient. They want to know everything now. After you spend a couple of months, whether it's having my app, watching the blocks, being in my training pit, or being in my live trading room, a couple of months, what's unusual. It doesn't take that long. It takes about 3 to 6 months, I'd say, of watching it to be able to go, wow, look at that. And you'll know which ones to pay attention to. All right. So we have a couple of questions. James has a question. Can I tell if it's a buy or a sell print? So James, anybody that tells you that they want to sell you a computer program that says, oh, it's going to tell you if they're buying or selling, run. Okay, run. Obviously, if I could tell that, I wouldn't be sitting here all day. Now, I could get an inkling at, like, for example, if I saw them buying oil a couple months ago, right, which was phenomenal. Did you guys take the oil trade all the way up? Who here caught some of that? I did. It was phenomenal. There's so many different ways. Hopefully there's a couple people here. I traded volley, MRO, XLE. All right. No? Okay. Next time. Oil is one of my favorite sectors to trade because we get a lot of dark pool activity. So let's say like a couple of months ago, we get, these very massive prints on oil. It usually takes them about 4 to 6 weeks to enter. Sometimes less, 2 to 4. But when they're done, and it goes all the way up. And then when we start reaching like major resistance levels, if we start to see massive dark pool prints on oil again, we can assume that they're selling probably. Okay. But we wait until they go below all the prints to go short. Because I have seen it, right? I have seen it where they buy a lot down here, right? They move it up, 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 up. Then we see a big set of prints. We saw that on volley. And then they moved it up, 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 up. Then we'll see another big set of prints. And if we start to go down, this is where we go short. So there's different patterns. Okay. There's different patterns. And I'm going to share some of my trades with you. There's different patterns. I'm going to share that with you as well. Different stocks trade differently with the dark pool. And again, this is the experience. And, if you're in my trading room, when the prints come in, I share my experience. Last time I traded this, or this one is the only one that I really like to strangle when we get the big prints. Or I would strangle it, but check out the high IV. I wouldn't do it. I would wait and go directional. So there's, again, different scenarios. So the question you have to ask yourself is, are you a day trader or a swing trader? So I'm going to do a little poll here for those of you that are here live. What kind of trader are you? Where do you want to be, really, if you're not? Okay, hold on. First one's going to be day trader. I'm personally a swing trader. I like to hold it overnight. I like to go for massive moves. And both. So what kind of trader are you, or what kind of trader do you want to be if you're not really trading yet? I'll just let you take that poll, see who's here today. And I'll let you in on a little secret. I started out doing the overnight momentum system. Overnight swing. We would get into positions at the end of the day and get out of them in the morning. And I did that for decades, 20 years. Back in 2009, I decided I want to learn how to be a day trader. And I did. And what I realized is the skill set that you learn as a day trader will take your swing trading to the highest levels ever. It was the best thing I ever did, was learn how to day trade. And that's why I teach all of my students how to do it. Because when you're exiting a trade, especially a swing trade, when you're exiting it, you're day trading. And it really, really helps to know how to day trade. Your timing, especially if you're doing options. Okay, really important that you just know the most minute movements of how stocks move. All right, so hold on one second. I just did a poll and I can't get to the, oh, here we go, post the results. Okay. So it looks like 24% said day trading. Great. 30% swing trading, 46% both. So a couple of tips right here. Okay. A lot of people mess up on this. And it's so basic, but so important that I go over it. Okay. The best time to enter a trade. People think they could trade all day. And it's not the case. If you've kept a journal, which I have, and many of my traders, I teach them how to do it. And when I started out learning how to day trade, I realized that when I entered between 9:45 Eastern and 11 o'clock, entered the day trade, my success rate was the highest. Okay, the first 15 minutes is the shakeout period. Yeah, as a swing trader, I will exit my swings the first 15 minutes into that, taking advantage of it. But for day trading, yeah, you're best between 9:45 and I'd even say 10:45. There's an hour. You don't have to trade all day. But I'm not saying you need to get out at 11 o'clock. If your trade is working, let it go. But what happens is this: a lot of traders miss those amazing opportunities in the first hour and a half, and they end up trading with these guys, the minions. Okay? These are Goldman Sachs's assistants. Okay? So the Armani suits, the big traders at Goldman Sachs go out for a liquid lunch or filet mignon, whatever. See, they go out for lunch and they leave these guys in charge. And they say to these guys, I'll tell you what, we'll give you a bonus for every single trader you stop out. They go, really? Okay, what do you think they're going to do, guys? What do you think they're going to do if they get a bonus for every person they stop out? Right? They're going to do this to the market starting at 11 o'clock. Guys, no. Anybody here trade with the minions? And I know this because when I was at my old trading table, Frank would go out for lunch. He used to trade next to me, and he'd be like, Steph, I'm putting stops in. I'll be back in 2 hours. And as soon as he walked out the door, boom, he'd get stopped out. It's like he put his order in, the minions saw it, and they took down the stock to grab his stop and take it back up again. And every time he came back from lunch, it was right where he left it. And he goes, what happened? Every day. What happened? I'm like, you went out for lunch. You showed the minions where you wanted to get stopped out, and they did it. And we used to joke about this, but it honestly happens, you guys. I don't know if it's happened to you guys, but yeah. All right, so we don't trade in the middle of the day. Now, very rare occasions. For example, the market does absolutely nothing the first hour and a half. It's stuck in a tight wedge, right? Going up a little bit, going down, going up, going down. It's stuck here, doing nothing. At 11 o'clock, it's a major breakout or a major breakdown. That's a rare phenomenon. And yeah, we'll trade it. Or earnings season, when all of the banks report really in one day, almost all the big ones, or tech stocks report in one day. We have very big moves, and the momentum carries through the whole day. It's very rare. Maybe it happens 8 days out of the year. That's it. We really do not trade with the minions, okay? Unless, of course, we're having a meltdown, where it doesn't even rally. Yeah, that happened during the COVID crash, quite a few days. Yeah, we just kept rolling our options down the hill. But it's rare. Okay, swing trading. What happens when you enter a swing early in the morning? Well, now you got to wait all day, and you have to pray and hope that it closes strong to go long or closes weak to go short. Right? You don't want to, go long on a stock on a Japanese candle that has a big wick like this, right? At the end of the day, at one point, right, it was up here and it was looking great, but then the sellers came in and it ended up closing like that. If you would have waited till the end of the day, you never would have entered this trade, but because you went in early, maybe some of you would hold anyway and hope it comes back. And the next day, it usually goes down more. It turns into a bad trade. So I wait for any new position, a new trade, 3:35 to 4 o'clock Eastern, the last 25 minutes. Something happens at 3:30. We used to, years ago, we used to enter at 3:30 and we'd always get stopped out at 3:35 or 3:40. So we learned to wait. 3:35, 3:45, 3:50. Doesn't matter, right? 3 minutes before the end of the day. Huge difference. Huge. Now, if I'm in an existing position, like when I was rolling my oil all the way up the hill, it didn't matter what time of day. I would exit, take profit on one trade, and just kind of roll into a less expensive, a new trade though. Yeah, it's just a system that I developed, risking a lot less money, but staying in the trade. That's different. But if I'm looking to enter into a brand new, hey, I'm going to enter this stock, it's going to be near the end of the day. Okay. Good. I'm glad you're liking them, Terry. Some, small little things make a huge difference. And I learned the hard way. So you guys don't have to. Okay. And journal. Yeah. Look for yourself. Write down, what time did I enter this trade? I mean, there's a lot of other things that I teach to journal, but just the time is really big. Now, as far as my success rate on my whisper recommendations, couple things. Number one, I am not allowed to trade them. Legally, it's called front running. Yeah, on a day trade, I can't tell, a couple thousand people to buy a stock if it goes above a level, and me personally front running that. I'm not allowed to do that. Morally and legally. Back in the day when I had 3 followers, nobody cared what I did, but now that I have a larger following, it's no, it's taboo. What I can do though is I can swing trade. Thank goodness. Yeah, because I love that. And so that's my preferred trading. But according to my legal department, okay, this is how it works. When you see me post my gains and losses at the end of the day, that's based on my whisper recommendations. That's how we can monitor, right? These traders are taking these trades. They don't care if it's 9:30, okay, and the stock goes above my bullish above level. They don't care. They go, Stephanie, not everybody knows your rules. They could enter this trade. So if it goes up and only goes up a couple pennies and comes down again and doesn't hit my target, it counts as a loss. There's nothing I could do about that except to teach you not to do it. Okay? Which is why I do these webinars. And if it happens during minion time, they don't care. It counts. And sometimes it goes in my favor and sometimes it doesn't. But I just want you guys to know the best times to trade. They don't care. Like as long as it happened, it's all good. Yeah. I can day trade the SPY, the Russell. Yeah, I can day trade ETFs. I am allowed. I just can't trade an individual stock. Day trading it though, with the levels that I'm giving you in my whisper. All right. But it's okay. I make a living swing trading, so I do very well. It's all good. Yeah, so would I recommend using stops? Yes, George, absolutely. Now, having a stop and putting a stop in are two different things. Most of my traders do not show their stops. They have a finger on the trigger on a level 2 box, really easy to get out. It takes 2 seconds. But you should always have a stop loss where you're going to exit out of that trade. Absolutely. Now, if you can't be by your computer and you have to get up, do whatever, go grab water, coffee, bathroom, go to the airport, take care of your child, whatever it is, put a stop in. Don't ever leave your computer without having a stop in place. Okay. So let's talk about the real-time prints. Okay. Real-time dark pool prints. My number one rule is never enter a swing trade. Okay. The day the prints come out. It's fresh off the printing press. And what they do is they splash. And they usually splash, the stock price will splash in the opposite direction of the true intended move. And this goes back in the olden days, right? There used to be humans on the New York Stock Exchange floor called specialists. I think I made this guy famous. I always use him. Anyway, we'll just say he worked for whatever. He would get a call. I'm not going to mention which firm, but he would get a call from Goldman Sachs. He's on the phone with Goldman right now to buy 13 million shares of Apple, right? Let's just say $130, okay? And not a penny more. Can you get it done? And he'd say, yes, I can. All right. So he now has to buy 13 million shares of Apple. You guys, how is he going to do that? What did we say? 130? Yeah, I'm just making this up. Okay. It's trading much higher. Okay. Without moving the price up. How do you think he's going to do that? He can't move. If they know that Goldman Sachs just called him up and said, hey, buddy, I want to buy 13 million shares. What do you think the crowd is going to do? Right? What do you think these guys are going to do? Buy Apple, buy Apple, buy Apple. He is not going to be able to get it. He has to take the opposite side of the trade than these guys in the audience here in the pit. Right? He's got to take they used to have to. That doesn't exist anymore, which is a little bit scary, but All right. So he has to, you know what's crazy is I actually know this dude right here. All right. So what's crazy is, what's really crazy is he has to pretend Goldman Sachs is selling. So that these guys sell, so he could buy it lower. So what does he do? Well, he sends out guys, into the crowd that are whispering, that are, hey, but I heard Goldman, I heard Goldman wants to sell Apple. There's a rumor out there, Goldman selling Apple. You may want to get out of your position before it goes down. And so, yeah, that happens, and they start to sell. The price goes down, and this guy has to have a worried look on his face, like he's upset. He has to pretend like, no, don't make me buy it. I can't believe it's going lower. And so they splash it down. He ends up buying it all the way down to 125. And then he calls up Goldman and he says, it's done. You got it. You know how much money this guy just made? And then the price goes up because Goldman Sachs buying 13 million. Yeah, is big. Okay. So, all right. How many of you have our new dark pool app? I'm going to show you examples of how they splash or enter a trade here. I'm just going to show you really one good one today. A new one. Yeah, I wanted to show you something new. Every time I do a presentation, I'm giving you new charts, new examples. So great. Yeah, the new app, I'll show you how to get it, is phenomenal. I'm able to help you in there, interact. You can interact with each other. So if you have the old app, which we are going to be phasing out, by the way. Yep. It's going to take a while, but we are going to phase it out because you'll see why this is so much better. We've had a lot of issues with Apple and push notifications, and I had it. To be honest, I spent so much time and energy trying to get it to work properly, and it just wouldn't. Yeah, and so that's why we made a decision to do a new app and make it better. Okay, so, and we're in control, which makes it a lot better. So FCX, any of you guys trade this move on FCX? Anybody? I'm going to share my trades with you, but if you traded it, I hope, yeah, great. Braden did. Excellent. First of all, Henry did. Okay, good. So I love this stock. Okay, only when we get very large, extremely large prints. Now, normally, a normal print on FCX is 400,000. Okay, that's like a normal print that will get some movement. So when I saw this print right here, I got super excited. January 31st, middle of the day, by the way. Yeah, all the good ones come during lunchtime. They think we're all out for lunch, and that's when that's when they post their trades. Smart. It's pretty smart, actually. So FCX, extremely large, 1.4 million print, $36.80, bullish above 37.50, bearish below 36. Now, I know I give you these bullish above levels, bearish below levels. It's not meant for you to trade it today. Really what those levels are, if you're in FCX, be aware, a new trade, a big trade has just come in. And if we go above 37.50, let's say you were short, because right, it went down. Yeah, I'm sure there were some people that were short FCX. And then we get this big, that first arrow, right? That's the first print. So it's like, hello, something's going on. It looks like they might be buying at the bottom is what I'm really saying here. If it goes above 37.50, you may want to get out of your short trade. But if it goes below 36, yeah, it's probably going to go much lower. Okay, so guess what? I don't enter the first day. I waited. We got another print. I didn't have to wait too long. February 2nd. Okay. Oh, it should be over. It's really this. This is the candle. Yeah, my bad. Right here. That's the second print. Okay. Two extremely large prints. I knew this thing was going to rock it. Okay. Just from experience. But I knew it probably was going to splash first. So see this move here? This is a splash. All right. They moved it down for 2 days and then they started to move it up. So there's a splash. So if you have the Dark Pool Interactive app, you're going to see my block trades all day. So you'll actually see these trades in the block trade indicator and you'll get the same alerts. If you're in the Java Pit trading room, that's my live trading room, you'll get my trades. So I'm going to take you inside the Java Pit trading room. Same trade, right? So again, like I said, I like to trade options and I like to do spreads. And I like to buy my trades, my spreads for about 20 cents. I risk 20 cents. Somebody was asking me about stop losses. So I was kind of going to answer your question. 20 cents to make 80. How many of you would do this all day long if they were high probability trades? Risking 20 cents, about there. Sometimes it's 30 to make a reward of 80 cents. Yeah, I'll write that. Anybody? 20 cents to make 80? Yeah. You can only do this, okay, if you're following the dark pool. I'm buying them dirt cheap, these options, because they're not expecting a big move. All right. It's a call debit spread, CDS. And it cost me $27 and March 18th. So buying the 42 calls to open, selling the 43 calls to open gives me a spread trade, which we call debit spread CDS, $27 for this trade. If I do one contract, $27. Obviously do more than one, but still, right? Expiring, I wrote 27 twice, expiring March 18th. So the best part about this, and I did it on the 7th, right here. I'm going to draw an arrow. It was above one of the prints. So I got in. Yeah, it looked like the splash was over. It splashed down, and now we're going to move up. All right. And even if it didn't work out, I'm risking $27 to make 73 on this trade. Now, I wanted to get more aggressive if it moved above the next print because we had 2 prints. So the next day, it did, as obviously you can see. So the next day on the 8th, all right, I added and I put on a put credit spread, a PCS. This is a bullish trade. For those of you that know options, you know what I did. Yeah, collecting 38 cents of credit. Yeah, it's a shorter term trade. So it expired. It expires actually Friday. I got out already though. Expires Friday. And you collect the credit. And what credit spreads do, just really brief description, is you're taking advantage of how options decay. Yeah, you want this to actually go to 0. Yeah, and you take in the credits. It's the other side of the option trade, okay? So we do both, and we teach you how to do this as well, okay? But it doesn't matter. Even if you weren't doing options, okay, you could have just bought the stock. Just this is a way we can do it with very minimal amounts of money, and we can make really good ROI, okay? So you can see that, and it's about timing, understanding how the dark pool operates and understanding when to get in. So on the 9th, the next day, I like to scale out. I teach my traders how to scale out. I have a system, half, or half, quarter. And this way I did half and half. I got out at 52 cents. It moved up pretty big. I'll draw the arrow right there. So I got out of half, 52 cents. The other half, 52 cents. So even though I bought out to March, I got out in 2 days. That's okay. I had until March. If it didn't move right away, fantastic. But when they move, I take advantage of that move. And then I rolled into a cheaper option that was 24 cents, a call debit spread 48.49. And then I got out of my put credit spread 32 cents profit. Remember, I collected 38 cents. All right. So when they got down to 5 cents, I exited that trade. So in essence, this is what I do. So think about it this way. If I'm putting on 10, okay, high probability trades, these are swing trades. 3 out of 10 is my success rate. 3 out of 10. So I have 3 unsuccessful trades and I have 7 successful trades. So the 3 trades that don't work out, I usually have a $20 loss, a $20 loss. I don't always. Sometimes I get out before that, but usually I'm either splash. I might be in too early, might be on the wrong side of the trade. That's okay. But the trades that do work out, I keep going with them. Right? So you can see this FCX. I'm still in it. Yeah, it's still going. This trade I'll probably take until April, and I'll show you why in a little bit. But I wasn't the only person that took this trade. Success is achieved when people work together for the same common goal. And I discovered this back in the 90s when I ran my trading desk. So these new traders would come in, and it was my job, or I took it, it really wasn't my job. I just felt it was my job, I guess. I wanted to help out people. I felt really blessed that I was young and I was taught how to trade, and let me help other people, right? So these new guys would come in and I'd be like, oh, let me just teach you the overnight trading system. And the reason I did that, we needed more help. I had to show them what we look for. Like, what is a textbook long? What is a textbook short? And so I started to teach these new traders coming onto the desk. And before long, they were calling out the best trades, and we were all taking them. So we had only about 8 seats at our desk. All right, but that was cool. Now I have a room with a couple hundred people in it. So imagine all the amazing trades that they call out. But, we all took this trade, and I'm going to walk you through quickly the Java Pit Trading Room, February 8th. And, these are recent. So Paul the Alien, he's here. He's one of my instructors, by the way. I trained him 4 years ago. He came to me. He wanted to retire from Chevron. He worked there many, many, many years. He heckled me in the front row of my presentation, by the way. And I said, this is going to be my best student. And he was. He really was. And now he teaches. And he's teaching our options boot camp coming up, actually, February 28th. So he opened a little bit different put credit spread, but still same concept, and a Z. So FSK means follow Stephanie Kammerman. Yeah, I'm going to kind of just teach you a little bit of our acronyms, right? She bought the 42, 43, March 18th, right? Joanna, she's here today. Buy to open FCX, 41 calls. So a lot of the traders jumped in. Teo opened up 39.40 put credit spread. Ricky, she teaches options as well, following Paul's bullishness, but with the February 42, 44 call spread. So we all trade similar, not always the same exact option trade. Options have options. But you can see Dano, Merca, Savio, Joanna. February 9th, the next day. Miss Sniper, I followed you on FCX. Thank you. Merca, Sniper, just to kind of show you Howard, a really great trader in our room. Been with us for about a year. Rocking it. All right. And here's exits, buying, selling. We all post our trades in the chat, just like you guys are asking questions, right? All posting them there. Okay. So how many of you post your trades live every day in a chat room? Yeah. How many of you do that? I was actually shocked that most people don't. Well, if you're in my Java pit, we kind of push you to do it. It makes you accountable. I came from a room, and let me just show you. Hold on, there's more trades. February 9th. Yeah. And we post stuff about the trades as well. Like Howard said, what trade are you going to on FCX? Right? There's Teo's just showing you February 10th. There, Paul got out of his spread trade. Yeah, Teo really rocking it too. So, that's how I learned, you guys. We had a clerk on the other side of our table. We couldn't hide our trades. When you got into FCX, you'd be like, Ari, buy FCX. Everybody in the entire desk knew you were buying it. Everybody on the entire desk knew when you were selling it. There was no privacy when you worked in a prop firm back in the 90s, okay? It was all I knew. I thought everybody shared their trades. And so when I got into this online trading room back in 2009, I entered, and one of my neighbors was running it, and he invited me into his room. If you read my book, you know the story. But when I got in the room, what I noticed was most people were not calling out their entries. They were only calling out their exits, and they only called out trades that were profitable. Have you guys been in rooms like that? Where you just see people calling out their exits? Oh yeah, out of this, I made $3. Out of this, I made $2. Out of this, never. I'm like, wait a second, I didn't see you post you got in. Oh yeah, I forgot to do that. Right? Okay. Well, I'm not really cool about that. I don't like that. First of all, I don't like people. It's not about the money, number one. Okay? It's not about the money. It's about trading properly. We don't ever, as you notice, we don't ever say how many dollars we made. It's ROI. So I don't care if Teo was doing 2 contracts or if he's doing 100. I don't care. I don't care if you have $1 million account or you have a $1,000 account. You will be treated the same way. It's not about that. We don't gloat how much money we make. And our room is about education and about trading and learning how to do this. That's number one. And number two, I can't tell you how many times, again, I've been training thousands of people, long time now, but over the years, people would come to me and be like, Steph, I'm not doing well. And I wouldn't understand because I don't understand. Every post you make in the room is you made money, you made money. Oh, well, I didn't post my losers. It's sad, you guys. It's sad. It's not like we're not going to like you if your trade didn't work out. And if you don't post it, number one, our perception of you is wrong and of your trading, and I can't help you. So I always tell my traders this, listen, they're starting out. I don't care if you're paper trading or trading with real, it doesn't matter. But if I can tweak you in the beginning, so if you start posting your trades and I can say, oh, it's 11 o'clock, don't trade with the minions, or wait, you should wait for the second test, or you need to go to the next level, that trade already happened. Guess what? I just saved them maybe a year of doing the wrong thing because they posted their trade. I was able to correct them, which is why I'm in my room all day long, mentoring, watching, monitoring, really holding my traders' hands while they're trading. Because if you can catch that right away, because I've had traders tell me 6 months later, I don't know, Steph, I'm doing your system, it's not working. And I go, well, I haven't seen you post one trade. Can you send me an email with your trades? And they do. And a lot of times they were doing everything wrong. And I'd say, I wish you would have posted this 6 months ago. I would have corrected you and you wouldn't have done the same bad habit for 6 months, right? So there's so many different reasons why posting your trades somewhere, I don't care where it is, it's not to be in my room, it could be in anybody's room. It holds you accountable. You are not going to take certain trades because it's bad, right? You're not secretly trading. There's so much psychology involved in trading. Yeah, which is why I focus a lot on that. Okay. So Sherry, I can't answer that question. She wants to know how many days out to expiration, and why. Yeah, that each one is different, Sherry. Yeah, each one is different. So it depends on where my target is and how long I think it's going to get there. Does that make sense, right? Where is my target, right? And how long do I think it's going to get there? What's the ATR? The ATR is the range, the stock. Does it trade $2 a day? Or does it only trade 20 cents a day? So it would be silly to think that your stock is going to move $2 in 1 week if it only trades 20 cents a day. It doesn't mean it's going to go up 20 cents every day, right? So yeah, we use a lot of that, but it's also which options are the most voluminous. Right? So I like the monthly options if I can get in on the monthly. But if I'm doing a credit spread, I don't want to go that far out. It's a different trade. So it's a really complex question. It's a great question, but it varies depending on the trade that we're taking. Okay. Yeah. So I trade options because the ROI, James, is so much better. And I actually did an account side by side 2 years ago. I opened up a small account to do investing on stocks. Well, actually, my accountant said to me, hey, if you open a pension account, you'll pay the government less taxes. And so I was like, okay. So I did. I said, well, I might as well just buy some stocks long term. And I chose stocks that had the dark pool activity, that had dividends, like AT&T, Verizon, all good, CVS. It was like really good stuff at the time that had dark pool activity. And then, of course, I have my other account that I'm trading options in. And at the end of the year, my options account blew away the other account, even though there was a lot less money in there. It was like ridiculous. And I said, that's stupid. I'm not putting my money in stocks. I will buy real estate with that rather than keep it in stocks. So once you trade options, James, look, I can make 100% ROI in 2 days. You can't do that with stocks, unless you're trading penny stocks and you get lucky, right? I'm not here to get lucky. Think about it. It's math. It's pure math. But when it was right in front of my face, I was like, that doesn't make any sense. Why am I holding my money hostage in these stocks when I could be enjoying it, right? Buying, which I did. I bought a place on the beach, right? And I could enjoy that and just trade options. So anyway, it's just a question of where you are in your life. I used to have long-term stock trading and it paid for my kids' college. My kids are 21 and 23 now, so I don't need to do that anymore. And as you get older, you don't want to have, I don't want to have that much money in stocks. I'd rather have it diversified personally. Okay. So how many of you get my dark pool insights? Yay, a couple of you guys. All right, good. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Dark pool insights. Wow. I don't know about you guys. How many of you wake up on Saturday morning at 3:00 in the morning and draw lines on your stock charts until late in the afternoon, finding as many swing setups for the next week? How many of you do that? Anybody here crazy like me? That's what I do, you guys. I do. I wake up at 3:00 in the morning. Look, I've been doing it my whole life. Even when I was back in the prop firm, they gave me keys. They gave me the keys because I was the first one there every morning, and I would go on Saturdays to do my homework. Yeah. I didn't have a computer at home. I didn't have the software at home. I didn't have any of that at home. So I would go in on Saturdays. It just became my habit. And I would start doing my homework for the next week, looking at charts and, looking at the prints and all that stuff. So that's what I do on the weekends. And everybody wanted me to share my homework. Can you share your homework? And meanwhile, what were they doing? They were playing golf. They went on vacation. They went on their sailboat. They were out with their kids. They went to the movies. They slept late. Okay, that's fine. But I said, you know what? If I'm going to share my work with everybody, you're going to have to pay a little bit. Okay. $37 a month. That's all we charge. And what it is I scour all the dark pool activity from the past week or two, the unusual, okay, because we get a lot. And I start to draw, like this is an example. I make slideshow. It's a video newsletter. And I make a slideshow for you. And I teach you what I'm looking at. So this is from this past weekend, right? This is from, February 7th, okay, Insights, February 7th. FCX, since we're talking about that trade today, right? I show you the prints. This is from our software that we have, right? I share the prints with you so you understand the trade. I also share with you seasonality many times, not every time, but a lot. So over the last 20 years, FCX goes up from February to April. That's why I got really excited. Right? So it normally goes down January to February. What did it do? It went down, right? January to February. And all of a sudden we get dark pool, right? Very excited. So I mapped this trade out for the insights, drawing trend lines and giving you the trade. Bullish above 40. I went in a little bit early when it was above 36.79, the first trade. And then I added when it went above the second trade. Just what I personally do. Okay. Can everybody see my screen, or maybe just one person having a problem? There's 2 arrows in the right corner. You can refresh. And if you are having problems, it is being recorded. Okay. So, oh, great. Randy sees it. We're good. So here's what happened, right? We hit all of my targets quickly. It was that top trend line. We hit it, right? So let me just go back so you see quickly, right? This top trend line pretty much, and we fell down. That's exactly where it went up almost to 46. But my target was 45. It's a major price level. This is just one. I do 50 to 60 of them. Yeah, and these are the trades that I personally take. I don't take all of them. I only take the ones that fit my trading personality, that have options that are cheap, that I prefer. So how many of you trade by yourself? I used to trade by myself for a few years back in 2006. I did, after trading with a group of people. And I'm going to say it sucked, okay? Seriously. Trading by yourself can be dangerous to your mental health. You can suffer all sorts of psychological issues. And I'm being honest here. It's true. You grow when you trade with other traders. This is how I learned so many different things, is from other traders over the years. I taught them the dark pool and they taught me the pivots. I taught them the dark pool and they taught me about the 8 EMA. I taught them the dark pool and they taught me options. I am not the same trader I was in 2013 when I started my company. I am at such a higher, amazing growth level. You grow. You share ideas. You learn. You make trading buddies. Trust me, good things happen. And this is why we launched the interactive trading room. Because the dark pool app by itself, it's the same price. We're not charging you more for it. When you trade on that dark pool app, you're not interacting with anybody. It's cold. You're not learning. It's not a good thing, honestly. And I realized that. And I said, oh my gosh, because I would do these webinars and these people have so much questions, like, if they were just trading with other people, sharing ideas. So the best part is when you come into the new app, right? If you're up early like I am, all right, I'm up at It's 6 o'clock Eastern, but I'm in Las Vegas, so it's 3 o'clock in the morning. I love it. I'm a morning person. I'm ready to go. I go to sleep very early, so I've had a lot of good sleep. But guess what? Look at this. I say good morning. You have Carolina, Peter, SoCal, Mark, PJ. Everybody's like, hello, how you doing? You're not alone, number one. And you watch me do the whisper, typing it out. So you're literally seeing it before everybody else, because a lot of times they move sometimes early on. Okay, so you see me doing the whisper. I play some music before I start. And you're seeing my screen. So a lot of times you can kind of see what I am seeing when I'm mapping out these trades. Right? And I interact with you, and you guys interact with me. So like Sadri said, good morning, right? 8:32 in the morning. How do you determine bullish above, bearish below for Apple? And I showed him. The reason I picked these levels, all right, the reason I picked the levels is we had dark pool at 173.25 and 172.76 and 171.51. So I was bullish above all those levels and bearish below. And now he just learned something that he never would have learned on the regular app. All right, really important. So yeah, the interactive app, we have traders that used to be in my trading room that are on the app, which is really cool. You'll definitely get some great education and tips from them. But here's the questions, right? Asking me the questions, I'm answering the questions. I can't always answer your questions all day long, but while I'm doing the app, we have a morning meeting as well. Or if I'm not busy trading, I'll look over. And if there is a question that I can answer, I absolutely will. And I'm just showing you. This is from the other day. This week, actually, 2 days ago. Yeah, just to show you the interaction. Now, every Tuesday, today, actually, I'll be coming on after the bell, 4 o'clock. I come on the microphone for about an hour. Really supposed to be 30 minutes, but I talk a lot. So about an hour. And I share the major levels to watch. Yeah, if there's something going on with the SPY or any stocks, I answer questions, give you tips. Yeah, I'm there to help you every Tuesday. I mean, I'm there every day, but Tuesdays especially. So let's talk about the whispers. For those of you that are day trading, what do these whispers mean? So here is a recent example. All right, on CLF, we did this the other day. I was bullish above $20.28. And these were all my targets. So targets are not a level to enter. No, that's where you should exit. Okay, that's number one. A lot of people do get that wrong. What do all these acronyms mean? So I use pivots, Person's pivots, and Camarilla Pivot Boss pivots. And we teach you how to put these on in our training pit. Okay, we have a special beginners trading room that we teach you how to set up your software, how to put these pivots on, and what they mean and how to trade them. So it's really educational. So here's Person's pivot, the pink dotted line. And you can see that's my target, my last target here. I know computers are going to be programmed to sell when we get there. All right. So each one of these lines on my chart here is a algo programmed to buy and sell. Sell when we go up to it and buy when we come down. So we have R1 is that red dotted line, R2, R3 is overbought, sorry. We have S1, S2, S3. That's what they mean. When you see them as targets, S3, okay, and Person's pivot there. Now you see CR and CS, those are the Camarillas, all the solid lines. So now you know what they mean. It's very important, right, that you understand what this means. So you're buying it at 20.29, you're taking profit at 20.59, 2071, 2083, and 2090. Doesn't mean you have to take it on every single target, but those are areas where I can see sellers lined up. Okay. Let's go to, I use other things. Yeah, that's one thing. So now you understand what those mean. CR, CS, R1, R2, R3, S1, S2, S3. Okay, so this is Bank of America on February 11th. So I use moving averages as well. And you'll see them as like the 15 EMA. And you see on the daily chart, yep, the 15 EMA. That was my last target on the short side because I knew when they took it down there, maybe I'll zoom in for a second there. I knew when they took it down there that it would most likely bounce. And sometimes it'll go a little bit more. It actually went to a price level, but usually, yep, we'll get a bounce there. So this is for day trading. And you can see the chart on the left, where the Camarillas are, right? We were bullish above and bearish below. So I was using the pivots for those levels and going above and below. All right. And I was using the moving. I use a lot of things. There's a lot of work that goes into this. You know, again, I have a 90% success rate because I've studied how these stocks move from level to level in very short-term intervals. So another moving average that you'll see a lot on the whispers is what I call peanut butter and jelly. So peanut butter is the 200 exponential moving average, and the jelly, which is J, right, is the 200 simple moving average. And I use it on a 5-minute and a 15-minute chart. And the only reason I use it is because I've noticed computers are loaded to sell there. Okay, so here's an example. And again, recent, this is from yesterday. When I was mapping out this trade, I was bullish above 346. And see that target says PB? That means peanut butter, and it's a 5-minute chart. If it's a 15-minute chart, I'll put PB 15 to tell you if I don't put the 15, it's a 5-minute. Kind of giving you a little heads up there. But see this? This is the 5-minute chart. And this is my day trade for you yesterday. Bullish above 346. And moving averages move. That's why they call move. Moving, right? Over time, based on the number. So a 200 moving average on a 5-minute chart is going to move with every, 200 bars, it's going to move. But every bar, it's going to move every 5 minutes. If the price of the QQQs goes down in the next 5 minutes, yeah, that brown moving average, peanut butter, is going to move down. If the price goes up, it's going to move up a little bit. So when I'm mapping this out pre-market, I don't know where it's going to move, but I can make an educated guess. And I put peanut butter to tell you, you better get out when it hits the peanut butter. That's pretty much what I'm conveying there. So look what happened, right? See? There it is. It hit the peanut butter and jelly and moved down. Then it hit it again and moved down. Here's another example from yesterday, right? The E-minis, the futures. I was bullish above 43.95, but I knew it was going to have resistance right around that jelly, the red, and then the brown. And that, oops, sorry, it went too fast. And that's where it went. See, many times it kind of hovered in this area, and then it fell. It really is amazing. Here's another one on Apple from yesterday. Bullish above 167.25 to the peanut butter. And look where it went. All right, so everybody knows peanut butter and jelly. Okay. So I'm really giving you a fast education today. Obviously, we teach more in depth, in the training pit especially. and in my live boot camp. But I really just wanted you guys today to understand what everything meant. Okay. Daily trend line, by the way, I see that right here. Okay. That is just, one of the trend lines that I draw and their resistance. So let's talk about dark pool prints that are late, because I've taught you about late prints. Real-time prints. So we have late buy prints and we have late sell prints. What are those? Okay, this is so illegal, you guys. It's ridiculous. These are not 3 hours late. These are 24 hours late. And this is how Goldman Sachs and all the other bigger guys sell billions at the top or buy billions at the bottom without us knowing until they're done, like 24 hours later. And I'm going to show you what that looks like. But how do they do it? This really freaked me out for a long time. And then I met a floor trader from the Bank of Montreal, and he shared the secret with me. He said, Steph, I'll tell you how they do it, or how we do it, I should say, because we do it. So they have a trading desk in New York, and they have a trading desk in London. And if they cross the trade from one desk to the other, so they're selling it to this guy in London, or they're buying it from this guy in London. The same desk. A different desk, but same company. They don't have to show us the trade for 24 hours. Oh, yeah, we did it on our other desk, so we don't have to report it until tomorrow. It's the biggest loophole that nobody knew about. In fact, when I was writing my book, I get a phone call, of course, a couple of them actually, from the legal department. Steph, we can't find where this is legal. We can't find a law where they can do this. I said, well, can we call that other guy that wrote that other dark pool book, and maybe he'll be able to find it? I said, no. I said, this is the reason why I'm writing this book, because it's not out there. I said, I'm giving you pictures of this. That's your proof. And there was silence, and then there was a little bit of laughter, and he said, oh yeah, that's right. Okay, have a good day, Steph. Honestly, that was the conversation I had. I was like, are you kidding me? I'm giving you thousands of pictures of them doing this. I don't care if it's legal or not legal or where to find that they can do it. This is what they're doing. Anyway, what we noticed about these trades is they had a special signature. Okay? Special signature. They started it, right? 501, and then it would be 367, right? It would be or 501 244, 501,000. They was always starting with 501, and they were always late. So we started calling them the Levi's, right? Levi's 501, and then you know what? The next day we'd see them 502 345, 502 659, and we go up. There we go. There's the tapered leg, Levi. And then we saw the 503s. And sometimes even a 504. So we started calling them the Levi's. Coincidentally, Goldman Sachs financed Levi's Stadium. Isn't that interesting? And we always know it's Goldman Sachs, right? I'm like, that's interesting. And wait, it gets better. Gus Levi, guess what he did? Between 1933 and 1967, he headed Goldman Sachs's trading department and pioneered new trading strategies such as block trading. Oh, really? You don't say. Paul was the one that found this info. Yeah, we were like, okay, it's another coincidence. So when I wrote my book, this is what they were showing us. 501s. And the NASDAQ, the Qs, those late prints, 410, 411. And the Russell 2000, they cut the Levi half Levi's, 251. Just their signature, so we could really easily spot them. So my book comes out, and guess what? Where I expose this. Right afterwards, they change things, which is what my traders thought was going to happen. They changed them to half Levi's. 251, 252, 253. Well, we were on to them. The Qs, they cut them in half, thinking we weren't going to see them. And the Russells. Now, once in a while, we do get a 502 or, a 411. But most of the time, let me show you. February 11th. So here they are. So there's the 250 cut in half. But look at the price. Okay, so at first, it doesn't look like there's anything abnormal here. $499.26. It was trading, right, at $499.47. So it's only off by 25 cents. All right, but guess what? They kept coming in all day. So you'll see that. I'm going to zoom in, okay? You'll see that the price, this is the market condition, 448 to 448.22. And this is $1 higher. So they're showing us this trade after the SPY dropped down $1. By the way, we sold more yesterday. These are 24 hours late. But wait, just watch. All throughout the day, they keep dropping them in. And notice how the price, and I'll zoom in again, the price, 447, right? And these now we're $2 lower. Yeah, by the way, we sold another 2 million shares or whatever. Million. But wait, look at this. Throughout the day, it goes down to 444, 442, 441, but they're still showing us that they sold more yesterday. Are you guys angry yet? I can't tell you how upset and angry I was when I first started seeing this. I'm like, are you kidding me? More? All right, and more, and more. But then I said, oh, now we know when they're selling. Now we know when every correction is going to happen and every rally is going to happen. So I'm not angry anymore. Just sharing it with you guys. So we keep track of the heavy. So we get these every day, by the way. It's just a question of how heavy they are. When they get heavy, there's a certain pattern to it. We know they're selling at the top or buying at the bottom. So we have software in the Java Pit for our traders that keep track. So this is the SPY, and I'm just showing you starting in January 11th up to February 11th. Okay, so the ones in green are the heavier levels. Now I'm giving them to you in the whisper of the day, by the way. Yeah, I'm actually, so here, see this level right here, 26 million, 441. Yeah, I gave that to you right here. Every morning, if there's a new big level, and it's the first thing I talk about on the whisper is here's a new level, and we trade around that. So those have been the biggest levels, right? These that we've been watching, I even put asterisks, and I bold them. If they're recent, I bold them. And if it happened the night before, I underline it. Okay, that happened. Here you go. That was the most recent one. But bold is fairly recent. Yeah, it just pay attention. If you wanted to send a message to everybody and hey, pay attention to these, would you put little stars around it? Right? That's how I do it. Yeah, I might take them away, in maybe a couple months. But right now, these are the key levels to watch. Okay, if we close below all those levels, yeah, it'll turn bearish. Okay. Yeah, so that print yesterday, you're talking about that 425. It could be. Well, I'm going to check and see if it was a mistake. Yeah, hold on a minute. Yeah, let me just see if they corrected it from yesterday. The last time I looked, they didn't. I'm just doing a scan. Hold on a minute on my Live Vol Pro. It's taking a while. Okay. Yeah. No, it's still there. Yeah. So that's a great question. Is this trade? Let me see if I can put it on the screen. Yeah, this trade right here. Very unusual that they're actually showing this. Okay. Yeah. It's kind of, it's dark pool NTRF. It's far away from the market and we haven't traded there. It says stock option. That doesn't mean anything, to be honest. It really doesn't. There's definitely something going on with that trade. Yep. All right. If they do happen to start taking the SPY down, that could be a good target. That's all I'm going to say. All right. But I wouldn't start shorting the SPY. Okay. Not yet. With that trade. Okay. So they do like to play print pong. And by the way, I do show you that in my book. I show you an example. Yeah. I think it's in the last chapter. So I talk a little bit about that in the book. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, we all saw that trade yesterday. It's so cool because now everybody's seeing it, and people are more aware. So they like to play print pong, and we're almost done, by the way. They like to play print pong. Heavy dark pool levels. Yeah, so why did the SPY drop down like this? Remember Friday? All of a sudden, it just got slammed down, right? And it stopped there. Well, the dark pool prints, right? And in the dark pool trading room, we had some questions there from some of the traders. So I decided to take a snippet and share that they were taking it down to these prints. I just drew arrows here, the asterisks. I was like, they're testing. So, right, we were higher up and they took it down. Yep, it's called print pong. And so we do a lot of trades, right? So that's why these were my targets, by the way. 439.58, dark pool. Right, so these were the prints, and that was my target. Now you understand when I put those dark pool, right? Pretty cool. All right, so there's another kind of dark pool prints. Market on close, right? At 4 o'clock Eastern, you hear the ding, 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 and these prints just start coming through, and you're like, right? Oh my gosh, what's going on? Walk away. Yeah, we don't pay attention to any of these. These are hedge funds that need to go flat at the end of the day. Yeah, they don't have any bias to them. Unless it's something really unusual. It does happen once in a while. But I'm going to tell you, the prints that are in the middle of the day are the most important. Okay? Sometimes in the morning, around 8 o'clock, maybe a little bit later, this morning, this is actually from this morning, we got this print. I'm going to blow it up. It's a little bit small. I took a picture. I'm like, oh, this is such a good example. We got this print on FCX. Probably noticed it at 42.48, a million. And you might be like, oh, I'm so excited. No, it's really bad because look what they did. They put that volume in today's candle. It does not belong in today's candle. It's not today's trade. No, it's not today's trade. We close there. Let me just zoom in on this part. Hold on. We close there. I put my thing on this candle. The close, 42.45. It's a late market on close print. They are legally allowed to do it, but right up to 8 o'clock, but we see them doing it later. All right, but we don't pay attention to them. All right, they don't mean anything to us. Okay, yeah, and not even that. Yeah, the volume lies, James, exactly. And they mess up the VWAP for the day, especially if the stock is trading far away from where it was yesterday at the close. Yeah, it's really very, this happens all the time. Most of these trades, Yeah, most of these trades that are here are market on close. All you have to do is look where it closed yesterday. And if it's the same price, it's a market on close print. Okay, so those of you that don't have the app and, thinking about getting it, fantastic, go ahead and sign up for the Dark Pool Interactive app. Don't go to the Apple Store and get the old app. You definitely want to get the new app. Same information, and you can use it on a PC. So you can use it on your computer and you can have it on your phone. So if you're home trading, great, you have it. You kind of want to have it on your PC. And then if you're like, oh, I need to go in the car and, run an errand, you now have it on your phone as well. You download the app from the actual room. If you go to thedarkpools.com, it's really easy. You just go to the services page and you really get a lot of education and interaction. Yeah, if you go to thedarkpools.com and click on services, right, or here, Dark Pool Interactive app, it'll tell you about, again, it's $19.99 a month. Do we have any questions? And then when you're in the room, if you go next to where, all the people are, top left corner, and click mobile app info, it'll give you instructions on how to get the app on your phone. Yeah. So we're phasing out the old app is why I'm doing this webinar, was to let you guys know the difference between the old app and the new app, and to also give you some tips and strategies as well. Okay. So you don't need both the training pit and the phone app. You just need the training pit. If you're in the training pit, you get all the push notifications, plus you get education. We have 4 instructors plus myself, so 5. I teach every Wednesday, and you get to watch me doing the whisper. Yeah, you learn how to set up various different software, Thinkorswim, TradingView, Tasty, DOS Trader Pro, Schwab, Thinkorswim, especially Thinkorswim is a big one. Plus, you learn so much about trading and the dark pool. Every day, they're all recorded, our presentations. We have the most incredible instructors. Yeah, it's a great room. You don't need to have both. Okay, so, all right, excellent, Stephanie B. Yeah, it's teamwork. Which service is the best value for the money that we can learn the most? So, James, let me tell you a little story, and I'll be quick. Our Java Pit trading room, it used to be a beginner room back in the day. But over the years, we all grew and learned, and we advanced and advanced and advanced. So the traders need to take my boot camp before coming into the Java Pit. You wouldn't understand anything we're talking about. It's like, I need to teach you, right? I need to teach you, and it takes a couple weeks, and I need to train you personally. I do it. But what we learned is that a lot of the students signing up for the boot camp weren't prepared. Like, they didn't have their software set up. They didn't know a lot of kind of basic and intermediate knowledge as far as, what are the ECN books? How to draw trend lines, basic options, just a lot of basic stuff, and, a lot of psychological stuff, backup, the right software, They didn't have their stuff set up, and they were flustered. That's the best word I can think of. They were flustered. Oh my gosh, freaking out, I should say. So we decided a couple of years ago, oh my goodness, we have this gap. We need to have a room. Number one, traders can come in and see if they like this. Like, why are you going to make a big investment in yourself without knowing if you're going to like this? And you're going to want to do this, right? So come on in, check it out. It's $99 a month for the training pit, and you don't have to be there long, couple months. We do repeat the presentations. Mine is always new. I'm always doing new slides, new examples. Same topics. I teach candles, Japanese candles. I teach white cough. We teach so much stuff in there. And it's a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun doing it. See if you like it. And if you love it and you want to move to the next stage, then you move to the next stage. And if you don't, we play music. I even sing. I entertain you a little bit. We're like, it's a different kind of trading room. I really get to know all my students on a very personal level. And I love them. They're my family. We have get-togethers. We just did one in Dallas, November. We had 50 students for lunch. It was fantastic. It's been a while since we did one of them, obviously, and it was just so great to meet people. I'm in my room all day. So when you spend 15 hours with the same people, you want to meet them. So that's the best advice I can give you, is to start in the training pit. The app is great. Look, people start with the app, people end with the app. A lot of people have been trained and they can't be in the room anymore, and they're just so happy to have the app. And a lot of people start with the app because they're like, well, I don't know if I can do this, if I like this, and that's cool. Come and try it. It's not for everybody, number one, trading. But if you love it. And I can give you a link. Yeah, I'm just going to, if you click on the services tab in the alert tab, you will get everything. But here's our schedule, by the way. Let me just show you this. Let me see what's going on in the market. All right, so here's our schedule. So just to kind of show you. All right, we got Jay's going to be, he's doing right now Street Smart Edge. Yep, order entries, how to do order entries. A lot of basic stuff you need to know, because when I teach you, it's going to be all trading. But I want you to get set up properly. Donda. Incredible, Miss Donda, moving a trading business forward using a skills checklist. I'm going into the psychological stuff tomorrow. Deep, awesome. 90% of trading is psychology, and that's what I majored in. I have a degree in psychology, and I'm not afraid to use it on you guys. Yeah, no, it's really important. Interactive brokers tomorrow. Yeah, Jane. Interactive brokers it's a great brokerage as far as commissions. The software is not so easy to use, and a lot of people that live outside the U.S. have to use it. So we're really blessed to have Jane show you how to put the pivots on your charts, all that good stuff. And then Jay will be continuing with Street Smart Edge. Oh, and Paul. Paul's doing Options 101. It's a good time to get in. All right, you can see, and you can check out all the classes. They're on there. But here's the training pit. I even did a little video explaining, all the stuff that you're going to learn, and so much more. We keep adding stuff. You'll see my instructors really like to teach a lot, and they're very passionate. They're all traders. We all trade. So, yeah, just a little tour. Again, it's not here to make a sales pitch. It's really here to teach you, to really explain about the app, the new app, and why you really, if you have the old app, you should switch to the new app. You're getting so much more for the same amount of money. And really, if you want to learn more about our services, if you do want to join the Java Pit, it is a private room. You have to go through me. Yeah, you can email me. We can have a conversation. I can see if it's appropriate for you at this time. But I'll be honest, we really like our traders to start in the training pit. Because again, if you don't, there's a lot of gaps. And I want you to have the best. I want you to do it right, the process. So let's see if there's any other questions. Let me just check my trades. Hold on a minute. Anything move much? No. All right, I'm good. Yeah, so can the app be used for swing trading? Okay, yes. The push notifications that I send out throughout the day, let's see if there's anything unusual. Not really. You know what's weird? I'll tell you what's weird today. Did we have any Levi's today? Yeah, this one, right? Is this it? 445.80? Hold on a minute. Yeah, it's something's not right today. Something is off today. Very light. Feel like something. Hold on, let me just check today. Yeah, I mean, we didn't have any earlier, and I thought that was weird. Let me just see if that is a Levi. It's hard to tell. It's only very light. It's almost as if they turned the computer off today. You know, we did have that news yesterday. Did you guys see that? The block trade news? And all of a sudden, no, so we have one. No, we have one on the Russell. Yeah, 251 here. See, let me show you this. We did get one. But two. We got two. Three. I'm sorry. We got four. We got four. These are all what we call Levi's. See? We're trading up higher at 204 and 205, and these are all at 200. Yeah. So I don't think we got, let's see the Qs. What we got on the Qs. Yeah, you can, nothing on the Qs. They were probing into the block trades for, I think it was Morgan Stanley and Goldman Sachs. Yeah, Google it. Just Google. You'll read about it. Is my screen? Yeah, my screen is working, right? Should be all good. Yeah, so did I put my email in there? Yeah, Stephanie at thestockwhisperer.com. You know what? I'm just going to type it out. If you have any questions, I know I might have missed a question or two. I tried to answer as many as I can see. It scrolls. So Stephanie with an F at thestockwhisperer.com. Make sure you do ERER, stockwhisperer.com. I'll blow that up. There you go. There are people out there that are imposters pretending to be me on Instagram. There's one that has actually more followers than I have. It's really sad, actually. When your imposter has more followers than you do, yeah, you know something's. I'm not on Instagram that often. I post a picture here and there, but my daughter this morning sends me a picture because she's the one that set up my account, and she's like, "Mom, this isn't you, is it?" I think because she saw the followers, and she's like, "How did my mom get 44,000 on Instagram? Like I have 1,000." I'm like, I'm not on it. It's so sad. It's sad. It's sad. It just is sad. Okay, it's very sad that they do that, and they don't. And even if you get them taken down, and it's happening on Twitter and it's happening on Facebook, every day there's a new one or more than one, and I get them taken down, and then a new one pops up, and there's nothing I can do. Please do not. If somebody that has my pictures, has all that stuff, is trying to contact you, direct message you, okay, it's not me, and asking you to invest in something, that is not me. I do not do that, so please don't get suckered into that. Yeah, anything, we go through my website, thedarkpools.com. You don't sign up for anything of mine outside of that. All right? So keep that in mind. We also have a crypto room. I didn't talk about that, but we do have an amazing, if you want to learn about crypto, we do have an amazing crypto room as well on our site. So, oh, hey, Jack. Jack liked my song yesterday. Oh, thank you, Jack. I'll keep my day job, though. I do. I also have another career as a singer-songwriter. I write background music for television, radio. I'm affiliated with BMI. I get a check every couple months. I get a check from BMI for royalties. It's a whopping maybe $200 or $300. That's it. Yeah, the music business is really hard. I love it. You know, it's a lot of fun, and it's math. Music is math, and so is the stock market, by the way. Yeah, it trades in eighths and quarters, and that's what we play music on. So I think that's why I was really attracted to the stock market, because I looked at these charts and I said, oh my gosh, it's like a musical scale. Yeah, it's really cool. So, oh, thank you, Mike. Yeah, I've written, I don't know, over 100 songs, and one day maybe I'll write more, but I appreciate that. Okay, any other questions? If not, I'll let you guys get back to whatever you want to do today. Oh, my real Instagram page has 1,000 followers. You'll know it's mine. It is, hold on. Give me a minute. Yeah, because sometimes you have to write underscore. You know what? It just says Stephanie Cameraman. Again, I'm not on Instagram. Oh, yeah, Stephanie underscore Cameraman. Enough. Right now I have 1,096 followers, following 520 people. So you'll know it's me just on those numbers.
The other one's Cameraman's.
Oh, it's Cameraman's, the other one? And it has 44,000. Again, I'm mostly on Twitter, Volume Princess. Yeah, Twitter is my most active. I post a lot of stuff on Twitter. I try to expose as much of the truth as I can. And here's my link from my Twitter. Right, I have 34,000 followers on there, so it's really my most active. So Mike has a question. Yeah, hey Terry. Terry wants to know if there's a discount for signing up for the app. Yeah, so no, we've discounted it always. Yeah, it's $19.99 for the app and $37 for the month of the insights. The best thing about the insights, you guys, is when you sign up for it, you can go back years and watch all the videos, and I teach a lot. So you'll just learn a lot. You know, when you have time, they're about 20 minutes each weekend. All right, a lot of work goes into them, but that is, yeah, no, they're always low and discounted at that price. Mike has a question. When we see the Levi prints coming in over in the day and the dollar is off, you have not called it out. Yeah, I only call it the next day, Mike. Yeah, the next day I put it on the sheet like today. Hold on. Today we didn't really have any big levels. So I didn't underline anything today. But if there is a new level, big level, I'll put it in here and underline it, and I'll tell you about it in the video. Yeah, it really has to do with the size. That's really important. How much? You know, we get them every day. But the question is, how much are they selling or buying? That's really the key. Yeah, the insights is for swing trading. Oh, so I was answering that question. The push notifications that I send out during the day, they could be used for swing trading, but don't take them. You have to wait a couple days, right? Remember the splash. But what I do is, again, for the insights, I evaluate all of the big prints that we got all week because I don't catch all of them, you know, and sometimes they're sneaky and they give us smaller ones that add up. And I catch those over the weekend because we have a special scanner for that. And then I literally, here, let me just show you. Let me see if I can pull it up. I did a special Valentine's Day one, so I have a lot of hearts. But just to kind of show you, yeah, I got all gushy. And these trades are still good. Like here's XLE. Yep, this one, that's my trade. Right? I showed the seasonality, ExxonMobil. You know, I run you through all these slides. And then at the end, just show you, you know, I have 53. At the end, I make it really easy for you. And I put them all on, well, here, I'll just, hold on a second. I put them all on slides at the end. I'm just showing you the slides. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I give you the SPY, the Russell, and the Qs at the end. Yeah, so this way you don't have to write them down. You can literally take pictures, and then you can pick and choose which ones you want to trade. Yeah, there's a lot. This is 2 weeks worth that I gave last week. Yeah, it'll last you a couple weeks. I'm going to be taking off this weekend, 3-day weekend. So I did a lot. on purpose. And I made my targets wider because I knew it would be for 2 weeks, but usually it's every week.
J-trade.
Yeah. So J trade, can I talk quick when you get out of a swing trade, when you are right about the trade? So Jay, we need to change that language, being right about the trade, being wrong about the trade. The question is, are you on the right side of the prince or the wrong side of the prince? That is how you take yourself out of the trade. You see how I changed that mindset? Are you on the right side of the prince? It has nothing to do with me being right or wrong. It's about being on the right side or the wrong side. Right? So sometimes, Jay, I get in a little bit early. It happens. I didn't do anything wrong. I waited. I thought they were done printing and it looked like it splashed and I got in and oops, I'm on the wrong side of the print. And you know what I do? I get on the right side. So, okay, I had one trade that didn't work out, but guess what? Then I have 1 trade, 2 trade, 3 trade, 4, 5 trades in the right direction. So I don't care if I got in a little bit early, right? Remember, my trades are risking 20 cents to make 80 usually. Again, maybe 30 cents, maybe 27 cents, and so forth. And I post, I post all my trades. I'll take you into the Java pit. Oh, Taz is on. Hold on a second. Oh, good thing I muted. Hold on a second. You know what? I got too many rooms going on. I may have to just X out and X back in again. Yeah, I'm just gonna hold on a second. Let me just log in. Yeah, I just sometimes with Windows, I got about 8. I'm in like 8 different rooms this morning. We have a lot. It's a lot of things going on right now. So hold on a sec. Okay, so right now, oh, so cool. Taz is doing his crypto corner. Oops, he comes in. Let me see if I can just show you guys. I'll answer the question. Relax over there. Matthew, make sure I answer all the questions over there. He gets very upset when he sees a question that hasn't been answered. Let me put the mic on. Maybe you can hear him. Wait, let's see. I have my mute. Is he talking?
Potentially a flat line period for a number of weeks in consolidation for what's next. Would not surprise me at all. We'll look at another technical chart that I've done. That's looking fairly interesting. First,
so cool, right?
And, a bit of a power break.
He's got a great accent, doesn't he?
Off a strong support area, and of course we are heading towards some prints that we've marked up, which I'll show you now.
All right. So every week he does come in and does a little crypto corner. He's showing us what he's seeing, and we do get dark pool on crypto, by the way. But here's the Java pit right now. All of our instructors post trades in the alert tab. Here's Andrew's posting the trades. And if you go like this and you go like, let's see, Volley was one I've been rolling. All my trades are in here, and Paul, the alien, right? Yeah, we post them all real time. I'll make it in. And then I teach this my 5th roll. So Volley, I think I did 5, 6, maybe 7 times, and so forth. But they're all in this, and it makes a cha-ching sound. And you can search by stock. If you're like, oh, did Stephanie trade this stock? Like if you go to here and you go FCX, right? Here's all my trades that I showed them with you, but now you see them actually in the alert tab right there, or anything that was related to FCX. Okay, so that's, and then the traders post in this chat all day. They post lots of fun things too. But here, Teo bought NVIDIA, right? Here's Howard. He's a great trader. You see they're all posting their trades in the morning. So cool. All right. I'm going to just take this off the screen. Just kind of wanted to take you in there. Okay, what's your signal to tell you that you are on the wrong side of the print? Well, I don't go to sleep on the wrong side of the print, James. Okay, that's number one. Yeah, at the end of the day, I make sure I'm on the right side. That was one question. I'm going to read Michael. Yep. Hi, Stephanie. For the IWM print that just came in, you mentioned earlier, the trade price is lower, right, than the current price. No, it doesn't mean it's going to go lower. No, it's just a late print from yesterday, Michael. Yeah, it's a late trade from yesterday. We only pay attention when the levels are heavy. So it's not heavy yet. I don't know what it's going to be at the end of the day. All right. Now, there's more to it that I can't share here. We've cracked several codes, and I really can't share them outside of our room. But we have cracked some codes, but it really depends on the heaviness. Okay. That's all I can share with you. We've done very well seeing when you see them go from 1 million to 1 billion, you know a big move is going to happen on those late trades. So James, what's your signal? I'll tell you on the wrong side of the print. Is it a time-based evaluation? Yeah, so it's not a candlestick, James. It's just being on the wrong side. So if there was a print at $32, okay, and I get into the trade, it's higher, right? It's at 32.20 and I get in. But at the end of the day, we close at, $31.50. I'm on the wrong side. Now we could go lower during the day, but it's really where is it closing? So at the end of the day, yeah, I'm going to hedge that position or get out and reverse. It depends. There's a little bit more to it. Okay, there's a little bit more to it. Are they still forming a position? Did we get new prints? Yeah, they're still forming a position. I just wait. I wait till they're done. That happens a lot with oil. A lot. I do very well with oil, but there's a specific pattern that they do. And sometimes I get splashed. Like, I'm okay with it. Yeah. As long as the price stays above the prints. Exactly. Not above necessarily my bullish, above bearish, below levels. Those are kind of buffers. It's the actual price of the print. But there's more to it, guys. I want you to keep in mind, I've taught you so much today, a lot. I have not taught you everything that you need to know. There is a lot more, but hopefully today really helped you to understand to take you to the next level, okay? Yes, I do share the cracked codes in my boot camp, the 2-week class. I do, Mark. Yep. After I teach my traders how to trade. Then I say, oh, now look at this. What if you knew this, right? Now you could really take advantage of the move. So, yep. Let's see. So the dark pool creating the move, or is it getting ready to move the stocks? The dark pool creates the move, Mike. Yes, it creates the move. Money moves the market. It does not move without institutional money flow. Yeah, it's not going to move. Yeah, they never lose. Correct. Correct, Jack. First come the prints and then comes the news. If I had a nickel for every time that happened, I'd have a massive jar of nickels. And we laugh because we see the prints, and a lot of times, like, I don't watch television, but some of my traders have it on, and we'll see the prints like yesterday, and then today, the ponytail boys, the Nigerian brothers, right? They'll be talking about it. FCX, that was one of them. We saw the prints way before they pushed it. Every day it happens. We saw the prints on Robinhood the day Josh, what's his name on CNBC? Josh Brown said he bought it. He did not buy it. It went down. If he bought it, that's a really bad trade because he got crushed. And I don't know why he's on TV. 15, remember that trade on Hood? The 5 million, yeah, and it went down to $9 and change. So we see the prints, and then they usually try to make you do the opposite on TV. They'll say it's buying when they're selling, or selling when they're buying. We see that all the time. Yeah, and that's generally why we don't put the TV on. Okay. Oh, you're really welcome. Hope you guys enjoyed it today. Again, I gotta go. I gotta do a meeting now, but it was really great to see a lot of new faces here, as well as a lot of old faces. I definitely went an hour over my allotted time, but that's okay. I do that a lot. I'm here to help you. All right. I'm an educator and I'm a short term trader. I'm not a long term investor. It's short term trading, and we make a living, a career out of this. So if you're interested in that, well, you found a great place. But if it's not for you, I respect that also. Sometimes you have to try something to realize it's not for you, right? It's not for everybody, but if you love it, then you're in a great place. All right. Aw, you guys are so sweet. Have a great day, everybody. And again, if you have any questions, here's my email again in the chat here. Yeah, I'm really good about answering emails. All right. Have a great day, everybody.